Hey everybody. I've noticed some strange things to do with Pack Stay's weapon durability. I've done some tests before. They've all showed the same thing. However, they did have different lifetime durability. And so my clan friend and Forge Wench went and she made me a few basic Great Mauls. And you can see they all have the same durability, the same lifetime durability. They are all fresh, brand spanking new off the forge. What I'm going to do is this first one we will use an attack 20 times. The second one we will only block 20 times. And the third one we will attack and block 20 times like we would in combat. The fourth one here is our control. We're not going to touch it, we're not going to look at it, it's just going to stay there as, again, our control unit. So there is a black bear that we will be testing on, because black bears hit pretty hard. They're a good source, I think, of reliable incoming damage, and also simulates higher level enemies, things you might find when you go out into the wilderness or the PvP zone. So I'm going to go do that. I will speed up the footage, but I didn't want to quick cut it. I didn't want to just, before and after. I think it's important that people can see what I'm doing, they can replicate it, they can try it with other weapons and see if maybe if it's a weird bug or whatever the case may be. So, that out of the way, I'm going to go slap a bear lot, and basically at every recap I will slow the video down so we can kind of look over things, but here we go. Alright, we have swung our Great Maul at the bear 20 times, and I'm squinting and leaning forward, and I think you can barely, maybe, kind of can sort of possibly see like a fraction of a pixel of red. So, not a whole heck of a lot at all. If at all. I'm sure there's some percentage of it. But now we have, you can see Maul number 2. It is fresh, and we will block a total of 20 times. Alright, now as we can see, the durability is markedly much more pronounced. We can see it's taken out a pretty big chunk to block a bear 20 times. Makes sense, right? Blocking is probably going to incur more damage to the weapon than attacking. So that's not it's not wild, not crazy. Okay, now our third test here, again, will be blocking and attacking 20 times each. I will do that sort of like it were combat. I will attack, then I will block, then I will attack, and I'll go back in the block. And so I will do that a total of 10 times, or rather 20 times each. And that's, again, to sort of simulate actual going into combat using the combat mechanics. Alright, and as we can see, I've done 20 attacks with 20 blocks in a quote-unquote simulated combat system there, and you can see the durability difference compared to just blocking is quite substantial. We can see here that we, in our first Great Maul, the just pure attacking, that there is barely any visible in durability. In our 20 blocks, we can see there's a pretty sizable chunk taken out. And then in our 20 blocks and attacks, we can see the thing's almost used up. Now, I noticed in some of the blocks, the damage values weren't the same as just the holding the block. So I don't know if there's some kind of perfect block going on. I don't know if something in the animation frame is making it just really strange. I do not have those answers. All I know is that for some reason, when you're actually doing combat with your blocking followed up by your attacking, you take an incredible amount of durability damage on your weapon. I could not begin to fathom how that works and why. Again, our control, you can see it's comparatively to the others. So what I want to check real quick is the repair bench, just to make sure that on our attacking, that there is actual damage to repair. To make sure there's maybe not some kind of graphical glitch on that. Go to repair. We do have 1, 2, 3, our first, second, and third weapon. So we're going to repair all of them. And so we should see something in the lifetime durability reflected. Again, in our attack only, we've got nothing. You can maybe see there in our blocking, there's a little bit, about a similar size chunk in lifetime durability taken out. And in our third, you can see it's taken out a much more substantial lifetime bit of durability. So clearly it took more overall durability damage than just the blocking. So it's possible something in the UI got wonky on it, but it's showing a lot more, even just in the lifetime durability. And again, we have our control, so you can kind of see sizable chunk there. We're looking at, just in the lifetime, we ballpark that a quarter, maybe a fifth of its overall life, just from 20 block attacks in a combat situation. So if you're out there fighting Inquisitors, or you're going after some T2 animal hide, and you're wondering, why am I going through weapons? Why am I needing to carry an armory around with me as I go out there? That might be why. And I could not begin to tell you how it's happening. I just know that it seems to be.